I'm Meshea, and this is As Long as You're Breathing. And I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I wanted to say Merry Christmas to everyone. And I wanted to talk a little bit about self-care, energy management, and unconditional love. These are topics I talk about all the time, but they're really all the same thing. You see, true energy management is true self-care, and true self-care is true energy management. And both of them are unconditional love, and unconditional love is both of them. When we're practicing energy management, we are practicing true self-care. And true self-care is being in vibrational alignment with self, whatever it takes to be operating at the frequency that we're supposed to be operating at the frequency of. And that frequency is unconditional love. Now, what that frequency looks like for each of us, well, that's a little different because our astrological placement is all different. Where we were born, our natal charts all look different when we were born. We're all unique. So the vibrational frequency of unconditional love looks a little different on all of us. But ultimately, it boils down to the same thing. See, the reason we practice self-care is not to be selfish, because some people have interpreted it that way. And then we got to understanding, well, it's not selfish. We do it so we have the energy in us to be our best. Well, yes, but the reason we want to be our best is because when we are our best, then we show up in the world as our best. And that is our responsibility to do. And when every person takes that responsibility on, think about this. When every person takes on the responsibility of true self-care, true energy management, which is being in the vibrational frequency, their own unique vibrational frequency of unconditional love, then every day will be like Christmas. Every day, we will treat everyone with love. We will live in harmony. Now, I know some of you are saying, that's pretty naive of you. No, it's not. You see, energies are moving all the time. So we just went through a full moon, and those energies last for about 4 days. And then we had a solar eclipse. Those energies last for a few days. And we also had the solstice energy. We changed seasons. And then we had the north and south nodes just change too. All of those energetic shifts took place at the same time, within the same time period. Now, you can say that those things don't affect us, but they do. All those things affect things that are happening on the planet. They affect how the water moves on the planet. And everything is energy. Everything is connected. We are energy, they are energy. We are affected by their movement. That's why astrology matters. Not so you know if you're going to have, if it's a good day to go out and bet on the ponies or not. So you know how to manage your energy. It's energy management. So you can take personal responsibility to be in your vibrational frequency of unconditional love, which is true self-care. Because when we each take responsibility for our true self-care, and self-care is different for everyone because we are all unique, when we each take that responsibility, then we show up in the world as our authentic selves. And there's peace, love, and harmony. So all of those energies have just been moving. So if I'm weepy and upset and things are causing me a little bit of trouble, you can bet that other people around me are being affected by the energies the same way. If someone else is being affected by them, by their having like some anger issues, then other people whose similar natal charts, whose similar birth dates, similar astrological signs are being affected the same way. Do you see what I'm saying? Energies we're all being affected by the energies. That's why personal responsibility for our self-care to keep ourselves in vibrational alignment is true self-care. Personal responsibility to keep ourselves in the vibrational alignment, our unique vibrational alignment of unconditional love is true self-care. And it's what brings peace, joy, and harmony. I'm not saying we don't feel those emotions. Sure we do. I opened this up today. My son got this for me in Japan years ago. I immediately had a flood of emotions. But I've learned to process those emotions through lots of different things, lots of different techniques. So I cleared those emotions quickly. I felt my feels. I didn't deny them. I felt it. And then I left those emotions where they were. Energy management. I did not spend any more energy on those. And I put my energy in the present. Many people call that mindfulness. And I stayed present. I took responsibility, true self-care for my energy management and got my vibration up from lower emotions, which are lower vibrational frequencies of tears, emotional weepiness, up to productivity, and then back up to my usual self, which is perky and all of those things. I got my vibrational frequency back up. We are energy. We can choose to be in the weepy, lower energy, or we can feel our feels and take personal responsibility for our energy management, do true self-care, bring ourselves back into alignment with who we authentically are. I am perky. I am productive. I am always thinking and talking and doing stuff like this, or outside walking and taking pictures of squirrels and putting them on Facebook or something. That is who I am. So when I'm being authentically me, I'm putting this energy into the world. I'm not bitching, moaning, complaining, sending messages to someone. Oh, you've hurt my feelings. I'm taking responsibility for my energy, and I'm being in the energy that is me authentically. A couple years back, I went through a spell of everything. It was like I was complaining all the time, and I didn't understand it. I was living with someone who bitched, moaned, and complained all the time. And I was taking on that energy. Poor energy management. I didn't know how to clear that energy. I was becoming more and more empathic. My gifts were coming more and more online. And I was taking on that energy, plus feeling the energies of other people more and more. I didn't know how. I didn't have energy management skills. And so the person I trusted most in the world, I was constantly saying everything I needed to say to that person. which is quite unfair, by the way. But that's where we go. That's who we talk to. That's who we say the things to. That's who we say, you're making me feel this way. You're doing this to me. Because that's all we know at that time. But nobody's doing anything to us, because while all this energy is going on around me and all of that was happening to me, also the planets and everything were moving too. And for that person and for all the other people around me, the planets and all the movement was going on. Energy was happening around them too. So while I was going through those things, other energy movement was happening. So other people around me were going through energy movement as well. So they were being affected too. I wasn't the only person being affected. Was I being heavily affected? Yes. But everyone around me was being affected too. It was my responsibility to do true self-care, feel my feels, clear my energy of the negative energy that was overwhelming me, and get myself in vibrational frequency with who I authentically am, and stay there and learn how to stay there, learn how to balance my energy and stay there. And when we do that, we become healthy, we become happy, and we attract into our lives the things that are supposed to be there. We manifest the life we are meant to have. Now, you may be saying, well, do you have everything you're supposed to have? No, I don't. Because everyone else around me is not doing that too. If every one of us stepped up and we're doing true self-care, if every one of us was doing energy management, if every one of us operated in the frequency, in the vibration, our own unique vibration of unconditional love, we would all be manifesting what we were supposed to be having in our lives. And we would be living lives of perfect health. We would have the relationships we were supposed to have, and they would be beautiful, and we would be happy, just like from the small child I knew it was supposed to be. We would all have abundance, success, and there would be no war, there would be no famine, there would be none of that. Every day would be like Christmas. And that's what true self-care is. That is what true energy management is. And that is what we are all awakening to. The understanding of energy management, that we are energy, meant to be here in the vibrational frequency of unconditional love. Conscious energy, energy conscious of emotions, emotion, energy in motion. The vibrational frequencies are all emotions. The lower ones are lower emotions: sadness, anger, bitterness, competitiveness, unforgiveness, grudges. And the higher you go up, the higher your vibrational frequency goes. You've heard that we have moved into the dawning of the age of the Aquarius. You're hearing all this about the planet is moving into 5D, fifth dimensional, from 3-dimensional to 5th dimensional. That's what that means, is all those denser energies. We are moving out of those denser energies. Being in those dense energies is what has caused us to become the warring, negative planet. In many ways we have been, but there have been many people who have been high vibrational in spite of those densities. Well, now we are coming out of that energy, awakening to the fact that if we practice true self-care, if we take responsibility for our energy management, if we take our emotions, energy in motion, if we live in our authenticness, our true vibrational frequency, if we heal, from the things that have put us in that denseness, societal programming, the shoulds, you have to, people in the cheap seats running our lives, ancestral things that are attached to us. If we heal from those things and do what it is that we must do to be our authentic selves, true self-care, which is whatever it takes for us to be our authentic self. And that is not necessarily saying no to everything. Some people think that true self-care is putting up all these boundaries and saying no to this and going and getting a mani-pedi and all of these things. I'm not saying that those things can't be self-care, but true self-care is finding your voice and using it so you can live your authentic life. That's true self-care. True self-care is taking personal responsibility, realizing who it is you are supposed to be in this world, and getting yourself in vibrational alignment with that and being that person so that everyone else around you can do the same. And then when we are all in vibrational alignment, everyone has beautiful lives. Oneness is not something to fear. For the oneness to work, our uniqueness has to be in harmony. Our unique vibrational frequencies, we each have to take responsibility, personal responsibility, step into our self-care, step up and say, I'm willing to be my unique self that is so valued in expanding the consciousness of this world. My uniqueness is so valued. There's only me. I'm the only me there is. And I'm here. And I'm going to step up and I'm going to plug into my unique vibrational frequency. And I'm going to be me, authentically me. I'm stepping up to be me. And if everyone do that, then our uniqueness creates the oneness that is the harmony that makes this planet work the way it is supposed to, that makes humanity work in the flow. You keep hearing about how we need to be working in flow. That is working in flow. That is working in flow. Not finding your energy and finding your rhythm. No, that's working in flow, but that's petty working in flow. That's little working in flow. This is the milk of life. This is true flow. This is when energy is being managed and flowing for everyone. So, energy management, self-care, unconditional love, they're all the same. And we can give everyone the gift of a beautiful life if we will all step up, heal our wounds, learn not to use our energy in dense ways, learn not to stay in the past, learn to be fully present, learn to be in our vibrational frequencies of unconditional love, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't look giddy for everybody, I know. It's not as perky as me, I know. But you find what that is for you and you be you. And are you going to have moments where something makes you cry or something hurts your feelings or whatever, and you're going to come down a little bit? Yes, you are. But you do true self-care. You feel the feel, you pull yourself out of it, get yourself back in alignment. The oneness is so strong, it can handle you being uniquely you for just a little bit because you're so valued. You being in alignment and your uniqueness is so valued. It can handle that. As long as you're doing your part and you realize that the beauty of all of us as one is so beautiful. I'm going to do my part. I felt my little feel. And I'm worthy of having felt it. But yeah, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, back in alignment. Because oneness, energy flowing, the milk of life is so beautiful. When one, each one has everything because they're in alignment, and everyone has everything because we're all in alignment. That's the way this world is supposed to work. And that's the way it will be. I have no doubt. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas and a happy new year. And I'm going to have lots to say next year about how we do that. And I'm going to keep on saying it as long as I'm breathing.